even as an assistant, it's always fun to see him and Robin, when they were here or Robin elsewhere. But, Brooke has had a heck of a career when you think about his longevity and then just his transitional growth from, a low block scorer, probably not thought of as a defender, to super versatile three-point bomber, defensive player of the year candidate for multiple years. It's just something cool to see when you see his longevity and then you think back at 20 years ago almost now, and when we were just young punks playing college basketball together.
Did you guys let him shoot threes at Stanford?
We did not, but no one was really shooting threes back then, right? Start thinking about stuff, start feeling like a dinosaur. It makes me feel older than I am just seeing how fast the game's grown, and so cool to see him to be able to grow with it, because a lot of people have not been able to or can't.
Are you two still in contact?
When we see each other, and every now and then, those guys have had such success and personal successes, awards, recognitions. I always try to acknowledge those when I can. But our lives are pretty busy. I got 4 kids, and so when I see them, excuse me.
How much did you think at 36 years old that Brooke would still be doing what he's doing in the league and improving almost every year?
Depending on when you asked, that question would probably be answered differently. Now, because he's been doing it for so long, I'm not surprised at all when you just see how he's settled into this new role and such a big part of this team for the last, feels like almost a decade now. But yeah, percentage-wise, I'd be very surprised just when you look around the league and who he came in with from his draft class and his age group and stuff. Those guys, most of them are not around, and he's still rolling along. So a big tip of the cap to him.
When you see, I'm curious what Wemby's mentality is. He's gone into some of these games. He had a couple with Jokic. When he goes against a guy like Giannis, do you see his mindset shift much at all, or is he pretty steady?
Yeah, I would say no, just because I don't want to come across as him not being ready or have the right approach for every game. I think like any elite player, there are bigger moments or certain matchups or certain attention to certain games or aspects of certain games I think he would embrace and thrive in. And obviously playing against a player like Giannis and his caliber, and someone who's been, one of the best players in this league now, in the face of one of the faces of this league for a while, I'm sure there's a certain excitement that goes with that.
It looked like it the last time they played. I mean, it was just kind of one of these, you could just kind of see this, former generation against the new generation, and they both looked like they really wanted to kind of hold their own and kind of embrace that, maybe what makes them special in those moments. But those big moments, you do get that sense that that's kind of what he lives for.
Yeah, there are certain moments, I think, of games when you watch and you see the two alphas or certain alphas at times kind of match up and want to go at each other, and I think it probably produces pretty good entertainment for the fans and pretty good basketball.
Those moments, those minutes that Wemby's off the court, what are you looking for from the backup big at that point, whether it's Charles or Zach?
I think, similar to what we're asking everybody, but just consistency. Simple, solid plays, not trying to do anything outside of yourself or extend themselves where they feel like they have to make some certain play, or we don't necessarily talk about Victor's minutes or someone's minutes and their non-minutes. It's it's a holistic how we want to play, and that's probably the best way to answer it. Is we want to play the same way for 48 minutes, regardless of the lineups or who's on the court.
I guess you guys are supposed to leave for LA tonight. I'm sure everybody's monitoring what's going on over there. For now, is that still the plan?
As far as I know, yeah. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers are for everybody and everything going on in LA. It's a devastating situation, and I know our people in the league and everybody, city officials in the hotel and everything, are in communication. So I'm sure they'll tell us something. But at this time, just hopes and prayers for all those people out there, and hopefully they're safe. Thanks.